Can you imagine how fucking base that would be if the federal government was like, yeah, actually, we have a mandatory amount of housing growth required in each state, and then the state is like California, like you have to build 2 million more homes within the next so and so years. Okay, where are we going to divvy that up? Oh, San Francisco, you don't want to rezone your million billion square miles of single family housing in an area that should rival Tokyo for its size and wealth? Well, too bad. I don't care. The Bay Area should be Tokyo. The Bay Area should have 40 million people and should be wealthier than any other part of the planet. Like the Bay Area should be incomprehensibly wealthy. And yet we sacrifice that so that it can look like this. Oh, see downtown over there? This is the Bay Area. Do you have any idea how much wealth? It could be Tokyo, but with perfect weather. Do you know how good the weather is in the Bay Area? This could be like a mega city. This looks terrible for the wealthiest place in the country. Well, it's not the wealthiest place in the country. It should be. It should be. Look at this. Look at this. The whole peninsula. Sorry, I'm just complaining about single family zoning again. It's just like this right here. This could be like a Manhattan. You mean apartment buildings would be better? Yeah. Like a city. I think it's a little weird for an area that could be incomprehensibly wealthy to have an area that is a city, like an urban area that is like 1 square mile surrounded by 1,000 square miles of suburbs. That feels like a very weird, objectively up, inefficient distribution of like everyone's like, oh man, I visited Europe, I visited Barcelona, Paris, London, Chicago, New York, and it was so cool, man. I wish we had New York. I wish we had an area with that kind of wealth, density, and culture, except in a place where it's not really humid in the summer and really cold in the winter. California is the promised land. The west coast of California should have 140 million people in it, minus the lack of water. Genuinely, if we fixed our agricultural priorities in California, we could find the water for 140 million people. I'm not kidding. So much water gets wasted on stupid bullshit, okay? It could be done, okay? It could be done. No, single family housing is the problem, Dr. Lee. Single family housing should be reserved for the exurbs. It should be reserved for areas well outside the city, or it should be built very dense, like row houses, townhomes with shared walls or almost shared walls. Single family housing is expensive, way too expensive. Single-family housing is in fact the problem. In the 23 wards of Tokyo, 62.5% of housing is in multi-unit structures like apartment buildings. Yeah, and also we build our houses too big in America. The average single-family home is like 2,000 square feet. Nobody needs that space. I'm sorry, I don't care. Always somebody is like, well, I need a second room for my studio and I like it when I have a big... No, fuck you. Okay, if you've ever been to like a suburban house, you know perfectly well which areas of the house don't get used. There's nothing wrong with like making the space you have work, you know? Everyone wants like a big queue size or like a living room sitting area you don't use. You don't use it. I've been in these houses. The Americans have the biggest houses in the world and we don't use them. They're just empty dust collecting decoration. It's worthless. Meanwhile, look at Tokyo. This is what I'm talking about. Not just a sprawl of nothing with one little pile of skyscrapers. That's what a city looks like. Oh my god, an actual city? Yeah, I mean, New York's like that too. Have you looked at the actual rents in Tokyo? It's depressingly cheap. Yeah, because they keep building houses. Also, the houses aren't that big, but yeah. You can buy a house or get like rent in downtown Tokyo or one of the multiple downtowns. There are many downtowns. Quite cheap. Oh, that's Tokyo? Yeah, it's like 1/50th of Tokyo. No commercial/residential zoning in Tokyo, right? What do you mean? That's all it is. I mean, no separate areas? Oh, yeah, it's mixed. It's mixed zoning all the way. You can find places in downtown Tokyo for like less than $500 a month. Yep. Housing in Japan tends to lose value over time, so very little NIMBYs. Yeah, because they keep building new houses, and that's good. Housing shouldn't appreciate in value over time. It's not an investment. It's a place people live. We're not here for the, commodification of housing because that leads to the problems that we're dealing with here in the West. Like America and Canada and other countries in the West are literally crumbling on account of housing crises. That just isn't an issue in Japan because they just build houses. Are U.S. zoning laws built only around preserving property value? I mean, it's done on like a municipal level, but for the most part, that tends to be the priority in a lot of places in the country, yeah. If housing isn't an issue, why are their fertility rates so low? Anime. Yes, it is whimsical. You're correct. I worked at a Japanese company for a bit. The work culture memes are true. It's crushingly intense. Yeah. I think part of it's the work culture. I think a lot of it is a lack of hope in the future, which makes people not want to have kids. And I think a lot of it is also kind of a more nebulous taking care of kids is just so expensive, man. You know? I'm a bit confused. Here in Arizona, we keep building houses. It's insane how many whole subdivisions stand more than 50% empty. How does more houses solve housing cost issues? Because this is like a downstream issue of house commodification, which is that in Arizona specifically, building companies are like racing to fill out these like big suburban sprawl plots. Like these 4,000 square foot McMansions in the middle of nowhere where the nearest like natural water source is 500 miles away. And all these properties are owned by the same like mega companies waiting to sell them off. They're waiting on a bubble to fill. They're waiting for a bunch of retirees or people who want those McMansions to spread out into the suburbs. The problem here is still caused by a broader housing shortage that people would defer to that. They're basically like sitting on a reserve. Yeah, they're holding it. They're speculating on it. If you just build houses everywhere or a bunch of them as often as you can, or at least you expand the housing construction market, you have less of that. There's less of an interest in holding on to that speculation because people have more options elsewhere. So you're dealing with like a specific exception. And those houses are dog shit, by the way. We've talked about this on stream before, but they're being done with minimal regulation. A lot of these are ramshackle paper houses that are going to fall apart pretty quick because it's like the Wild West out there, you know? I see. I appreciate you answer. Yeah, of course. It's a good question. Just noticed your hair swoop, very snazzy. Get out of my head. Yeah, Flevier. There's basically limitless hair me land out there. So there's an imbalance in the availability of resources that's not common to where most of the places we build. You know, Seattle, Los Angeles, the area or the problem is land, really. And the unwillingness to upzone it. All right. A lot of those houses are built like trash too. Yeah, buying a dodgy house is like buying a dodgy car for cheap, you know? Oh, wow, 2,600 square foot house out in the Arizona suburbs, you know, like 12 miles out of downtown Phoenix. What could go wrong? And it's like, oh, wow, a new car for $12,000? It's like, okay, what are you not paying for there? Because 5 years down the line, you're going to be spending more than you paid up front in the bullshit you're going to have to deal with. Also stops you from making money on it unless that area becomes super popular. Yeah, the way the climate's going right now, I know where is going to be going real good. The suburbs of Phoenix. The future, you want to future-proof your real estate investment? What do the summers get over there? 112 degrees? Yeah, Florida and Arizona. Once Florida floods, they're all going to move to Arizona. Europe. I've lived in this hellhole all my life, Vosh, and people scoff when I say it's changed dramatically just in my lifetime, but it's true. It's literally, yeah. If you've been paying attention when you were a kid, summers were not as bad. That's just true. Basically everywhere in the world, I imagine, but specific to me living in LA, like, yeah, summers when I was a kid were not as bad as the summers often get now. That's just, and yeah, we used to have bugs. That's one of the big changes, you know? It used to be when you were doing a road trip and driving down the 5, you're on the road for 6 hours or whatever, you had to clean your windshield all the time because of all the damn bugs that got hit by it. Now, it doesn't happen. I've done the 5, I've gone up and down hours and hours, even around LA. No more bugs. No more bugs hitting the windshield. And that's not because they learned to dodge. Bugs are gone, man. The overall animal population on Earth has gone down substantially, even since you were born. It's not like since the 1800s. It's like from when you were born to right now, the overall biodiversity has plummeted. The total number of things alive out there has gone down substantially. Yeah, in just a decade. Our biosphere is collapsing. We are running out of gravity. Gravity stocks going through the roof. Buy the dip. I like urban biking because American drivers hate you. I mean, in fairness, I drive and I also hate bikers when I'm outside. I like biking politically, but in reality, in America, in order to bike, you have to be a psychopath. So the bikers that you see, they do the, like, you know, vehicular cycling bullshit where they they don't respect lights. I'm sorry, if you're on, look, I'm not saying it's fair. I'm just saying that if you're on a road and you're engaging in vehicular cycling, you have to behave like a vehicle and stop on the red light. You can't run a stop sign. You can't run the red light. You're so strong with your bicycling. You can get back up to start again. You can brake and then get back up to speed. Come on. Oh, you know, I'm in the zone. F you're on a road. It's so dangerous when bikers run red lights. Yeah. Wait, are they suicidal? No, it's just that if you live in America and you bicycle, if you engage in vehicular cycling, the only, like, purpose to your existence is using your GoPro to capture video of drivers nearly killing you. That's the only thing you live for. Your parents, nothing to you. Your kids, nothing to you. Your spouse, nothing to you. You live and breathe to record you arguing with drivers when they nearly, like, when they merge and don't look in the blind spot, they nearly hit you. It's their only joy in life. And they're good at it. What if I bike to work in a city? I can't make you drink. I can only lead you to water. Don't cycle outside because of cars like to punish pass you. It's not just a matter of punishing. Like, if it's a one-lane road and there's a bicyclist in front of me, and the road, I could be going 40 and the bicyclist is going like 12, like, yeah, I'll try to get around them as best as I can. I'm not going to hit them, you know. Cars got to not exist for real, for real. I mean, we need bicycle paths. It's fine. On 3rd Street and like Pike and everything, we've got long bicycle paths and it's not an issue there. Public transport. Just give me this lead in before we do the politics. I'm begging you. You're doing good so far. I'm just saying, like, we'll get to it. I'm doing the best I can. You guys hear about the Seattle pedestrian bridge finally getting finished? Oh, we'll talk about the congestion pricing program. Don't you worry. Hold on one second. I just saw this. I mean, I've seen it in real life too. But after $100 trillion or whatever, the pedestrian bridge that connects Pike Place down to the pier finally finished. It's really, really pretty. I mean, you can see it right here. You've got Pike Place, which is right over here. See, that's where you've got the umbrellas and the seating and stuff. And then you've got this path here. There's a little, this right here is like a little park that has like some rock climbing stuff. Like for kids, you know? Like there's a slope with the little rock climbing handholds. You can just jump up it if you're an adult, but it's, you know, it's cute. And then you've got artist lofts and studios right here. And you've got this path. And then you've got like a big like view out from here. And you've got these ramps and there's an elevator and the staircase and such, and it all leads right down to the aquarium. This is the aquarium. You're on top of the aquarium when you're right here. Only cost 7.1 million. What? No. This is a different bridge. This is a different bridge. This is a different bridge. This is a different pedestrian bridge. This is this. Okay, you had me going for a second there. This is very close by. But there is nowhere on earth this costs 7.1 million. This is like UAE slave labor. Like, yeah, Seattle built this for 7.1 million by incentivizing foreign labor. They brought Indians over and then took their visas away when they entered the country. Like, that's the only way you're getting this done for 7.1 million. And even then, I think the raw material cost would still exceed that. UAEW as always. Yerp. That staircase cost 7.1 million. A good staircase is expensive. Apparently the bridge cost 70 million. Can I be real? Worth? Literally, like, this whole area was, I think they even show it in the video, what the Seattle waterfront used to look like. Hold on. Before they took down the highway like a decade ago, this is what it looked like. You had this urban highway right here, and then right here's the pier. And it was just like loud beep, beep cars, beep, beep, beep. And now, because of the deconstruction they've done, show me the vantage point. Yeah, here we go. See? Gigantic pedestrian walkway, and then you've got Alaska Way. This is where the highway used to be, and they cut it down. Ain't that a lot nicer? I guess I'm kind of blocking it with my camera. 70 million. Worth it, absolutely. Is that a biking trail? Yep. That is a honest to God, separate, lined, asphalt lined or asphalt paved biking trail right there. You like that bike trail? I don't bike. I just look at bike trails and go, neat.